taking Bruno's spot today. And we are so lucky to be joined by a new co-host, Miss Laurel Dykes.
Yes.
How are you, Laurel?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, the intro went pretty good. That's the first time I ever got to do that. So
Bruno doesn't let you?
No, he would. He's just very good at it. So I prefer that he do it.
Sure.
But how are things in your life? How are things going?
Good. We had a marketing leadership retreat yesterday. So a summit. It's a summit. We had a retreat the other day where we relaxed. And this one we did goals, focused, and alignment. So
is that the difference between a retreat and a summit?
Yes. Okay. I often call them the same thing, but
I thought they were the same thing.
Nope. A retreat is for fun and team building, and a summit is for goal setting and growth.
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. What other exciting things do y'all have going on in the marketing world?
There's a lot happening. The rest of the team is at Amplify. It's an SMPS conference.
Can you define SMPS?
I sure can. Society for Marketing of Professional Services.
I knew that.
Yes. So focused on AEC. There's a lot of good kind of learning opportunities with SMPS. All of the marketing and communications team is involved in one of the SMPS chapters. Oh, yes, thank you. They just put up on the screen, and this is a call to action. We need your help. So at the local level, we submit for the Marketing Communication Awards, and we won in both Austin and San Antonio. Wow. We had a lot of great award content. There's different categories. Kayla and Miana submitted some great ones in San Antonio. Carolyn Haldeman submitted one for Austin that did really well. So we won at the local level, and then we have made it to the nationals. So across all marketing departments in the entire country, we're a finalist for an internal communications mixed media category. So if you could please go to the link that they're going to put in the chat and vote for us. We have a couple different ways to win. One of them is the popular vote. So if everyone in RO votes, and everyone watches the podcast, so they should vote. Everyone. Then we might just win the popular vote, which would be fantastic.
Cool. Wow. And this is for the 3-year strategy stuff?
This is for the our internal communications plan for the 3-year strategy. Okay. We put it together in a quick amount of time and did some cool things. The job site media kits and the cookies at RO Connect. Yeah, they were good. We think that it's award worthy. So.
Okay. Well, but y'all already won locally for this.
Yes.
So it is award worthy.
Yes, but also national. National's pretty big.
It is. And this isn't just construction? Is this?
Nope. So it's primarily AEC, architecture, engineering, and construction. But some other firms can be in SMPS, but it's primarily AEC.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I voted yesterday when I saw the link. So I figured.
On our Instagram story.
No, on
LinkedIn.
Well, you told James to put this up, and then I went to the link.
Yes, we do prep for this podcast.
Yes, very, very minimally. Last minute as well, most of the time.
Yeah,
that's when the best work is done.
Sometimes, yeah. I'm with you.
And it was super easy. You just click the button.
You just click. Yeah. You might have to do the little recaptcha thing.
Yeah.
You know, choose what a
especially
sidewalk
nowadays.
is. Yes. Data security is very important.
But yeah, neat. Okay.
Yes, we have that happening. And then later on LinkedIn, you're going to see an interview that Paul Roberts did with TSTC, Texas State Technical College. We have quite a few alumni from Texas State Technical College, Paul Roberts being one of them. And they wanted to know about his kind of career progression and, how he found himself the regional safety manager. So pretty good little interview.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should have had him on the show instead.
Well, there's other opportunities.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. Well, nice. Well, in the R&D world.
Yeah. What's happening with you?
We're plugging away, doing some actual R versus D.
Okay.
A lot of research, myself focusing. We're trying to do this little embodied carbon white paper.
The white paper,
yes, that hopefully you will help make sound grammatically better as I try to struggle through talking. And
I was going to say, Hagen, can you explain to the audience what embodied carbon is?
Oh, that's a great question. I can try.
Great.
It is all of the emissions associated with the production and manufacturing of a product.
Okay.
And they call it cradle. I guess there's different lengths of period you can define it, but all the emissions that are associated with producing a material, manufacturing it, sending it to a job site, using it in some sort of construction, and then during the building's life cycle, does it emit even more?
Yes.
And then the kind of when you destroy it, right?
Yeah.
When you destroy the building, it comes down all the emissions associated along that path.
Okay. So what's the white paper? What are you digging into specifically?
Well, I want to do some background.
Okay.
Just to kind of provide some high-level detail for everyone in the company, because it's kind of an internal thing.
Yeah.
And then I really want to do a case study of like one of the projects.
Ooh, okay.
It seems like so it could get very complicated and very fine-grained, or it could be very general.
Okay.
So I actually met with our own Nick Vargo this morning.
Our own Nick Vargo.
Yes. So he could kind of help me figure out where I could find quantities or material specs.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so focusing on one project and trying to get real accurate
Detailed.
estimates on the embodied carbon.
Okay.
And then there's all these nice benchmarks that I forget the governing bodies that develop them, but you could kind of compare whatever project we choose to look at. You can compare it to a benchmark and see, are we above, below, and then kind of where we could really be saving some on our emissions.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's neat. You know, we get asked a lot about on the pursuit side, you know, what we're doing to help the environment, and this could be a really good thing to include.
Yeah,
we're studying the environment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember Ash Gillen was walking through the office the other day. He's like, I just learned a new word, global warming potential. I was like, that's literally what I'm just working on right now.
Yes. Okay.
So it seems like it's very pertinent.
Very pertinent.
Especially, I feel like climate change, of course, is getting more and more.
Yeah.
Not popular, but
discussed.
Right. Yeah. So, and I think the building industry is a very big contributor to that.
It is. So yeah, but a lot of opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Neat.
So that's me and Mr. James Donald Holmes over there. He is working with Josh Langley and the folks up in the Dallas Pre-Con department. Okay. Looking at job costs and comparing them to our estimates. Okay. And seeing where kind of those fluctuations within there. Yeah. So he's doing a lot of data cleaning. Okay. Pulling some reports at a viewpoint. Yeah. To make sense of it. So okay. We'll see when he makes me do it.
Will they be turned into dashboards at all? For a live look?
He's giving us a nod. Yeah. Okay. It might tie into we have the pre-con historical cost dashboard. Yeah. Although it's not really cost, it's more just the estimate side of things. Yeah. So there's a way we could just kind of pull in the final job cost too. Ooh, okay. And give him a really valuable tool. So. Very valuable. And that's kind of that was Tim Simpson's idea. All right, Tim. That was his original intent with it.
Snaps for Tim.
Yeah, sure. But so hopefully we can finalize that project.
Yes. How long have you been working on that?
A long time. Okay. Since November. So, okay. That's a good amount of months. I guess the estimate part has been wrapped up, and now James is doing all the job stuff. Sure. So job cost stuff. So.
Hard costs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Very cool. Those are our primary pursuits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good with the sounds over there. Well, now I think this is a good time to kind of do one of our little segments, one of Bruno and I's segments with you. Yes. Yeah. As the co-host there, and so if we could get the wheel on the screen there, I think it's not on there, or maybe it's on there. We're trying to figure it out. But we're going to spin the wheel. Great. That'll decide our segment. We have, I think, 4 or so segments. I think Nick might be spinning the wheel. Here comes our own Nick Vargo in to spin the wheel.
Special guest.
Our Vanna White. Ready? Give her a sec. Ooh. And I can't read it from here, so we'll just see.
Maybe Vanna will tell us.
You have... just barely around the world.
Building around the world. Okay, great. So we're going to talk about the Great Man-Made River Project. Have you heard of this project?
No.
Okay. Well, it is a colossal civil engineering endeavor focused in Libya. Okay. So they, I didn't know this, but they have a lot of deep aquifers in the southern region of Libya. Great. And so they're trying to, maybe this isn't the best environmental thing, but they're trying to pump a lot of that water up to their northern cities on the coast to provide a lot of water. So it's this giant network of pipes that are running all across Libya. And it was actually started in the 1980s. So it's currently still going. So
Did they take a break at all, or they just have been going for years?
Like I said, it's colossal.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some political stuff, and then it's a big project, so like security.
Water is a resource.
Yeah,
some people want to keep it.
Stuff. Yeah, a lot of issues with there. So they're slowly kind of plugging along. It's slated to finish in 2030 though. So coming up on that.
Oh, are we coming up on 2030?
Well, when you're starting in the 1980s, yeah.
Okay.
I guess you're nearing the final years of your project there.
Okay.
And when it's done, it's supposed to be able to transport up to 6.5 million cubic meters per day.
Wow.
Which is the equivalent of the flow through Niagara Falls in 1 hour.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you been to Niagara Falls?
I haven't, but I assume a lot of other people have, so that's why I include that little fact. And then it's supposed to be over 1,750 miles of pipes.
Wow.
Which is the driving distance from New York City down to Miami.
Wow.
It's a lot of piping.
It's a lot of piping.
And it's going to cost between 20 to 25 billion.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We
don't know because, there's, like I said, political things and all that. So maybe they're playing their cards close to the vest. But that is the Great Man-Made River Project.
That's pretty cool.
Been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And I think maybe James showed some photos of it. He says yes. So I was talking with my co-host here, so I wasn't looking.
Priorities.
Yes.
Yeah. Neat. Thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
I learned something.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready for trivia.
Yeah. That was my goal with one of these segments, was to learn a little bit more so I could be better at trivia.
Yeah.
I kept getting second place, and I wasn't happy.
Second place.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Against a bunch of undergrads, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
I feel that.
Yeah. I don't know if we have time for one more. Do you think we have time for one more? Or how long do you think your intro is going to take?
Oh, it's going to be real quick.
Okay. Well, then maybe we have time for one more.
I'm not Bruno.
No, we don't. Not at all.
No.
I was just having so much fun. I thought it'd be exciting to continue.
Should I introduce our guest?
Yes, please. Who is this guest that we're here to see?
Well, today we have Mr. Seth Campbell.
Oh.
Seth is a safety manager in the Dallas region primarily. I actually have had the pleasure of working with Seth pretty closely the past couple of weeks. He has been a great asset to the firm. He has been on some different segments on TV. He's been interviewed. He was interviewed yesterday for KXAN.
Oh.
So if you haven't heard, we have these really fantastic safety sensors with a company called Safeguard to monitor heat awareness out on the job sites. So Seth has been great. He has the best attitude. He's always ready to help out, which is really helpful because people don't want to hear from me. They want to know who the boots on the ground are, who's actually using the product, and why it is really innovative. So Seth has been fantastic, a fantastic partner. He even made it work yesterday. He had a media segment that 5 minutes before his computer died, but we made it work.
Wow.
Borrowed a friend's computer and was filmed. So,
dang.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Well, great. Well, we'll hear from Seth right after this commercial.
What insult have you been most proud to receive?
See, the thing is, I don't think I've been insulted that much aside from like some really nasty things I don't know if I want to repeat, where it's just like, where those are just like, they don't make sense. A person's just mad, It's like, the ones that come to me first, and they're like kind of intertwined. People will say I look intimidating, or like I appear very intimidating, or that I have what some people would call an RBF. Do you know what that is?
Oh, please elaborate.
It's a resting bitch face. So I just look pissed sometimes. And these guys are agreeing, is what it seems like. No? Okay. I don't blame them, though. I've seen pictures of myself. When people take pictures of me when I'm super caught off guard, I look pissed. And so I've gotten, it's not necessarily an insult, it's not like a compliment either. I've gotten those comments before. I'm always like, that's hilarious, because I'm really not. Like,
that's funny.
I'm such a weirdo nerd, I guess. I don't know. I'm awkward.
With every one of these, I think this is like number 17 now of the live streams that we've done. I go through, and sometimes I'll spend like an hour trying to find the perfect shot of someone like giving a good laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
I think for years we'll go through and we'll try and find some of that RBF and throw that in there for the thumbnail. People from the outside world will be scrolling through that place, be like, wow, everyone is so happy except for this one young lady. She just looks furious.
Yeah. Please don't. Please don't.
She's sitting on a cactus.
Oh my God. Yeah. I just laugh now whenever anyone says, they're like, you just looked really, really mean when I met you. I'm like, that's so funny. Like, no, it's not me.
Focus. Yeah. You are not.
It's just my face. I'm sorry.
Try. We don't always get it right, but we try. So if we get it right occasionally, that's a win for me.
Here's how I made myself control my world using Adobe Premiere Pro.
How are you doing
First
today,
thing
sir?
I did.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was recently impressed by you because I didn't know this, but you at one point in time competed in bodybuilding.
I did.
And the dedication to do that. I think we've got a picture of you pulled up here.
Oh
folks on the
my
stream.
gosh.
Like,
y'all did not.
oh, I think this is incredible though. Just like the amount of effort and dedication to it. I've got a lot of respect for anyone who's can say no to ice cream for months
Right.
and stay on the healthy foods. And, I can't even imagine what that's like. What got you into that? Was that just an interest you always had and you decided to pursue it, or?
Man, I kind of got picked on quite a bit growing up. I was always a little guy. Freshman year of high school, I was 5 foot, 100 pounds. And when I graduated high school, I was only 5'10", 135 pounds. So I started wanting to get into the fitness thing, with dating and stuff like that. Like, I always felt little, so I didn't feel like I could protect anyone or anything like that. I'm a protector. So like if I got bigger, I could probably help,
Makes sense.
So be a better protector. So yeah, definitely got into it. It was super hard to stay on a diet, but I was very tunnel vision. So it wasn't too hard after I got into it.
That's incredible, and congratulations on getting that going.
It was fun.
It was
fun.
Amazing. Do you feel like that dedication and the ability to focus yourself? Do you feel like that translates or carried over into other parts of your life beyond just working out and diet?
Absolutely. So it built a really good basis for character as far as being on time with your meals. Showing up to work on time, stuff like that. And I was also a personal trainer during that time. So I always made sure that, the people that I was training also followed the same regimen and, they treated themselves with respect. So, it's kind of the same thing here at RO for me, at least. I always try and do that. So, yeah, it definitely put a baseline for some things in my life that I really use a lot.
Man, that's... couldn't agree more with you. I think that's one of those things I don't think it's a knock on anyone who doesn't work out or take care of themselves, but whenever you do see someone that does that, if you can love yourself that much, you can probably love others, love your job, love what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That much.
100%.
I think it's just a great way to almost broadcast your willingness to dedicate yourself to something.
Absolutely. So. And, like talking about that, it's a very selfish sport, but when you get out of it,
only a little bit of vanity in there, right?
A little bit, but once you get out of it, you realize, hey, if I can do this, everyone else can make their life better or do something in that sort, whatever makes them happy. So that's how I felt.
I like that. So for those that don't know, what is your current role at RO?
So I am a safety manager in the Dallas region. I am currently on the SMU project. Shout out SMU. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah,
just a little behind there. Not so easy, is it? Giving me a hard time for the sound effects. See how they do. SMU project is so cool, though. There's so many different facets to it, and it's an active campus as well. So I imagine that's like a incredibly challenging project from a safety perspective.
It is. Public protection is huge. And it's. When it comes to the students, the staff, the faculty, it doesn't matter. It's there's always that potential of us running into them or them running into us some way, somehow. So as long as we protect, our job sites, which we do a very good job at SMU of doing that, it goes way smoother, So it's been great, and school's coming back in, the students are showing back up, so the traffic is starting to pick up.
Oh, bro,
so it's a good time.
Hot and traffic and students.
Man, I'm surprised my AC in my truck hasn't gone out.
Just roll down those windows, man.
No
Dr. Fritz
way.
did it for months.
No way.
Years. I don't know, however long it was. Guy drove around no AC.
That's like, that was like, what's that basketball player, Dirk Nowitzki? When he first moved here, he didn't realize that his car had AC. For the first year, he drove around without AC in his car, and his teammates were like, "Why are you always sweating when you get to practice?"
Figured he would have had like a cover, like, I'm doing warm ups beforehand,
Yeah, no, he didn't realize his car had AC because where he's from didn't have it.
That's hilarious. Poor guy. That's proof that like money isn't going to do everything for you.
That's right.
You still got to like.
I was like, wow, what a humble man.
So, Seth, how did you end up at RO?
Oh man, so when I was 18, I graduated high school and I was about to go into college, and I wasn't doing anything that summer. And my dad was like, "Why don't you just come work for RO?"
Who's your dad?
My dad is Charlie Campbell. He's a senior superintendent in the Dallas area. And he was like, "Why don't you just come do that?" I was like, "Okay." And so I started with a man named Steve Munoz when I was 18, and I probably have never worked so hard in my life. I am very thankful for that time, but I am glad it's over. It was like the summer we have right now. It was 115 degrees outside, and we had to make a deadline, and we made it, but it was 7 days a week, 15-hour days. It definitely brought the best out of me and the character and stuff like that. I learned so much that summer. I was always worried about getting fired. Because my dad told me, he goes, you're gonna go work, but he'll fire you if you don't work hard. I said, oh, great. so I was every day I thought I was on the chopping block.
Thanks for the sunny forecast, Pops.
Yeah,
really looking forward to showing up now.
I'm not kidding. I was like, oh.
I think that's good though, having some sense of accountability through whatever mechanism in your life, whether it's how your parents raised you or something you learned in school or in life or what have you. I think there's probably a few too many people in the world that don't have that sense of accountability. I think they're unfireable. They can defend every mistake and all that.
Yes.
Like, man, you screw up, just admit it. Like, move on. No one's gonna knock your head off the wall because you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. I think most people are pretty compassionate. They understand. They've probably made mistakes themselves.
Absolutely.
I say, hey, it's all good.
I worked with him, and then I left, went to college. College didn't work out. I came back and I started working for Britt Harris. I loved working. I was a field engineer for him. I learned a lot. I was going to go the superintendent route. Left and went and did bodybuilding, and then I came back, and I told my father if I came back, I said I'm not leaving for 15 plus years. I said I'm going to stick my boots in the ground and I'm going to stay. So a couple months in, Ross reaches out to me. He said, "I think you should be safety," and I laughed at him, and I said, I don't know. And he goes, "Well, you need to think about it. You should think about it."
Were you laughing because you couldn't understand him, or you're laughing at the
because I didn't see myself in safety at the time at all, and so I was like, "No way!" I was like, and we had a really good conversation, and part of that conversation gave me reassurance that he cares about his people. So I came over to the safety side, and that was the best decision I ever made.
And he really does. I'm giving him a hard time, but he is one of those people. You can tell he truly cares about everyone. Well, I mean everyone at RO, but especially his department, his people. He wants to see them grow and get the right person to the right role. It's not about filling seats or what have you.
Right, numbers.
Yeah,
you're not a number to him or anyone in the safety department for that fact. We all know each other very well. We've gotten to know each other on retreats and stuff like that, or company outings. We're a pretty tight-knit group. I really enjoy it. So it's not something that you come across very often, if that makes sense.
No, not at all. And that's you'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the safety culture of other GCs, and I don't know if you do. Do you feel like that's something specific to safety groups, or is that more of an RO thing that you guys have grown so close together?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's an RO thing. It's a family thing. This company is, family owned, operated, and you feel that in RO, in my opinion. So I definitely think Ross has been pushing that family culture with the department, and it's definitely panning out. I definitely enjoy spending every minute whenever we all get together. I'd love every minute spending time with all the men and women that we have in our troop.
That's a beautiful thing. It's great whenever you can show up to a job and get something done and take home a paycheck.
Right.
But it's a career whenever you can come in and enjoy those people you're around and crack jokes, have fun, and help each other out when you need it. And
absolutely.
Do all those things that make life rather than just a job.
Yeah, punching that clock. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. Here. I couldn't do that.
Happy you don't have to.
No way.
So you've been with the safety department for how long now?
4.5 years, I think.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But I think
we're not. This isn't a test.
Okay.
We're open to estimates.
All right. Good. I'm not going to test.
What are some of your favorite things about being in the safety department?
Oh man, definitely. Coming from being a personal trainer, being able to help people. Because it's not just, we're not just out there to get on. Other companies are like, oh, he's just trying to slow our work down. No, we actually care. We want to make sure that you go home to your family and your friends. Everyone comes to work to make money to put food on the table for their families. So it's no one comes to work to get hurt. No one deliberately, wants to get hurt or do anything like that. So I definitely enjoy being able to walk up to somebody and be like, hey, if you did this, I promise you won't get hurt. But if you do what you keep doing, it could be bad. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you. And like just that little bit of thank you, or you walk up and someone's tied off the way that they're supposed to be, and it looks great and they're protecting themselves because they have that knowledge and that training. It's really awesome. So I love that.
I would imagine that's a very difficult thing to do. I think it's the building of the trust. I would imagine that once you've done that it's a much easier job and easier things to enforce. Have you found ways to build trust with our folks and trade partners quickly and effectively?
Absolutely. So coming onto a new project or one that's already going on, you do have to build that trust, whether that's you do something for them, they do something for you. Like there's got to be a little give and take, right? Not everyone's perfect. I'm definitely not. But yeah, building that culture and that trust, and just making sure that they understand that I'm not here to scold or yell at them or anything. If they understand that you are genuinely there to help, they will work with you more times than none. Like I would like to say 10 out of 10.
So that genuinely there to help is,
right.
I think, it seems to be the key part of that. Yeah, people will sniff out the BS and be like,
man, yeah,
faking it.
Absolutely. Like, oh man, you don't like me. Like, what? No, I just want to make sure you're okay. It's not sometimes they think that we pick on a few different trades or something like that, and it's not because we're not picking on them. It's because they could do better, and so we help them, and then they end up being an amazing, way more safety sophisticated contractors sometimes by the end of that job.
Safety sophisticated contractors. That
was a big word.
Good one right there. I like that, man. Write that one down. Send it over to marketing. That's great.
You're recording this, right?
Yeah, I probably hope so. I know Laurel mentioned that you were down here and you're on KXN recently, or yesterday, was it?
Yes.
Talking about some safety devices. What are some of those things you have going on out there, and how did you get involved with that?
Man, so we had we got what's that word? Approached by somebody and about safety sensors.
I'm the worst person to ask because I will sit here and be like, I'll forget your name at some point here. So I'm be like, you the safety manager
this guy.
You, yeah.
No, so Ross, I think got approached by a company named Sentinel, and they have an app called Safeguard Live. And this summer, we started in June. we beta tested it. The sensors, or polarity sensor that you wear. There's like a little band you wear on your arm, and then it reads your internal body temperature. It's like walking around with the thermometer on your head all day. You know, you're just sitting there taking your temperature all day, pretty much. But it gives you live action look at it. So we tested that all day, or all summer, had really great success with it. We had several things come up where some of the guys got too hot, and it sent them a low alert, which it sends them a thing on their phone.
Okay, like hey, take 10, drink some water type deal.
And it also sends me a notification. So it's like, hey, this person's been hot for this long, or this person has a high heart rate, whatever that might be. And it's like, okay, hey, let's look at that. Why don't you come inside for 20 minutes, cool down, let's get you back to normal and send you right back out. So, I mean, especially with these record temps, man, it's...
Boy, howdy. Yeah, talk about perfect timing as far as deploying those in June and getting some good feedback and all that.
Absolutely. So we've been using those sensors, and then we just switched over to the Garmin watches, which everybody actually prefers. So you really barely feel it. We're actually giving it to everybody that wants to wear one. You know, if they want to, great. If they don't, no big deal. But there's so many things to it. It shows you your body battery, like how rested you are, your stress levels. I think one of the people here earlier said if something tells me I'm stressed, I'm going to get more stressed. I said, well, that's funny, but no, it reads all kinds of stuff. So, and it's a watch. So if something happens, it pops up on their watch. So rather than them having to pull their phone out, look at it, stuff like that. So there's just a lot more stuff that we can do with that watch than we can with those sensors.
And the availability of those electronics, it becomes so much more accessible. It becomes cheaper.
Yes.
It is reasonable to say, like, yeah, we can get these for this group of people on a project. It's not some sort of monstrous investment of like, oh, it's, $3,000 per person to get this rigged up.
Yeah.
You're talking about, probably less than $100, I'd imagine, for the watch.
Yeah, it's about, I think you're right at it. It's nothing crazy. It's, but it's definitely an investment. Let me just say it this way. Ross puts it this way. It's an investment in our people, because it's another layer of protection for our employees that are out in the field doing the work. So for me personally, if I was still a laborer and they were like, hey, wear this, I'd be like, okay. And then, they tell me the why behind it, and it's to catch the heat illnesses before they happen. I'd be all over that, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten overheated or possible heat stroke and didn't realize it. Just got too hot and had to go sit in the truck whenever I was working somewhere or something.
Right.
I'm telling you, heat is not a joke.
It sneaks up on you, and
Mm-hmm.
it has that delusional effect. So it's kind of like epoxy. You don't realize it's happening until it's too late.
That's right.
You'll be out there and be like, man, I'm feeling hot, and you realize, oh, I'm not sweating. Feel okay though.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
keep
look
going.
great.
It's
I feel
like,
great.
A little lightheaded, a little dizzy or whatever, but it's fine, right? Probably just had too many drinks last night or what have you. Next thing you know, you're sitting there doubled up on IVs, hoping you can get your body temp down.
Absolutely. That's also been a push on projects. Please don't drink a lot during the summer. And weekends come and it's like, oh, that's hard. It's like, I'm telling you guys, this summer and last summer are two of the record summers that we've had since 2012, 2010, something like that. It's been crazy. So I try my best in safety meetings. Please don't drink before you come to work on Sundays. Before Monday. I'm just like, guys, you don't realize how quick this can get you.
Drain all that water out of you.
But I mean, a lot of our trade partners have been amazing, watching after their people and making sure that they're being safe and hydrated.
That's awesome. It's such a great thing to hear, and I think it's because of people like yourself and Ross, and we had AJ Alvarez on a while back, and of course the Pauls out there doing their safety thing. It's the effort of all you guys that allows them to be as safe as they are.
Absolutely.
Those nice little reminders about, hey, make sure you're tied off appropriately, make sure you're taking a break.
It's
make
those little things.
Have your tools inspected and all that. You got the right tape on the cord or whatever.
Right. It's just little things like that go a long ways, because some of those little things can end up being big things. So it's good that we have everybody in the department to make sure that we do that.
You mentioned not being too aggressive on the drinking on the weekends, but I've heard you're a bit of a fan of the beer out there.
I do like some beer, and yeah.
Do you have a go-to whenever it's a Sunday afternoon, you're baking, and you just want something crisp and refreshing and enjoyable? You got like a prescription there, Doc?
Man, mine's Coors Light. I do like me some Coors Light, but Ross likes to make fun of me. So
I'm gonna try not to right now.
Okay, I see. This is what I'm talking about. So I try to drink a Dallas Blonde here or there, and a Yingling.
Yeah,
I think, did I say that
Yingling.
right? Yingling. That's a great beer.
I'm a fan.
But man, when it's 108 outside, I'm grabbing me something that tastes like water, right? I was gonna say it before. Yes. I was going to say it before you said it. So, yes, nothing better than a good Coors Light after doing some yard work or working on a truck or something on the weekend, sitting by the pool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll be quick to give you a hard time about that, but I can also appreciate that. Like, there's just that, like you said, it's the silver bullet, right?
Man,
Taste the Rockies.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I tend to lean towards the champagne of beer. Try to keep it classy.
Oh, Mr. Miller time. Oh, my gosh. All right.
But, that's...
I can go in on you.
I'm ready to hear it. I'm ready to take it.
I'm kidding. All my friends drink Miller because it has 96 calories.
Oh, that's adorable. See,
I'm like,
that's... I'm trying to get like you.
That's great. Oh,
just... oh, come on. With 3% body fat over there.
I wish. It's starting to hang over my buckle.
Yeah. That's why we do the shoulders up.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
Any idea. Focus on the good features, right?
All right. That works for me.
Oh, man. That's funny. If you had to pick one, we've got this whole food and drink section in the show, apparently. If you had to pick one meal that you're going to have for the rest of your life, every meal is this meal, you can't have anything else, what meal are you going to have?
Oh, that's so hard. I've been thinking about this question because I'm a child when it comes to food.
I was going to say, we know it's not going to be anything with broccoli or asparagus.
It's not going to be anything with greens on it. So, man, I'm a big pizza burger guy. A good za, a good pizza. I'm all for it. So, and I will literally eat pizza until I'm sick. I love pizza.
Wow.
So I had some last night.
Pizza for life.
Yes.
Man,
oh man.
I know Miranda is out doing Miranda things right now, but she's the same way. Pizza and burgers.
Man.
And
nothing better than just that's American. It's so American. Oh, and steak. Steak. I'm a big steak person.
Okay. You're sticking with pizza though, are you?
Yes.
It's pizza
easy.
over steak.
What? Have you seen the prices on steak right now? I can afford a pizza.
I don't grocery shop, so no, I haven't.
Do you order them to your door?
I'm not that fancy.
Okay. I was about to say.
No, I live out in Elgin. There is no delivery service coming out there.
I think I drove through there today.
Yeah, you probably did. Yeah,
I think I did going to College Station.
Yeah, taking 290. Yeah,
sure.
Something like that. Yeah,
wherever
some highway.
Where my Apple CarPlay told me to go.
Yeah, there's nothing getting delivered to our door. I don't even know if we get water delivered. Well, yeah, I guess that's city water. But
there you go.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you take pizza over steak, man. You have a go-to pizza joint up there in Dallas? Something that you hit up?
Grimaldi's. Man, so good. Okay, and this is actually gonna blow your mind. Are you ready for this? It's because they have the best Caesar salad.
Hold on.
I know I said nothing with greens or anything, but I am a Caesar salad guy, and Grimaldi's has the best Caesar salad. It's the freshest thing you'll ever taste in your life. The croutons and everything. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Now the pizza is good, but I've had better here in Austin, which is V13?
Viva 313?
Viva
313. Via 313.
V1313, that deep dish. That by far my favorite pizza I've ever had in my life.
That thing's well known too.
It came out of a trailer.
You travel
was
places.
At Lester Pearl? Next to Red River?
I don't know.
They had it was at the one next to that. The little spot next to it. But it was out of a trailer. I was like, that came out of a trailer. That is absolutely amazing.
And now you go to Denver, or San Francisco, or Nashville, or something like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know about VO 313 like that." I don't understand how this happens.
I don't either, but
incredible.
man, it's amazing.
It is. That's a top-notch pizza. You've got some good taste there, sir. The salad thing, I'm still a little baffled by.
I'm telling you, is there a Grimaldi's down here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is that a Dallas thing?
No, Domain.
Oh,
right.
See, I think you found your next lunch location.
I'll tell you what, if it weren't an hour and a half drive from the office, we'd be on our way there after this. As I'm being a little exaggerated in my words here. It's not that bad, but it does feel like it's
traffic.
painful.
Traffic is probably an hour.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so pizza and Coors Light. That's I know what to get.
It's
Mr. Campbell for his
basic
birthday.
man. I know you're thinking it. Just say it.
Hey, it's all good. Well, between the pizza, Coors Light, and trucks, like you're checking all the boxes.
I think. Yeah, I don't know for who, but
just Texan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
So you originally from Texas?
I was actually born in Scottsdale, Arizona. So,
Okay.
And we moved here when I was like 3 months old. When my dad was a framer, he was chasing houses and building them, and we moved to Keller or North Richland Hills when I was 3 months old or something like that, and we stayed there till we moved.
Man, chasing houses. So I'm guessing that was like that, mid '90s boom or something, mid late '90s.
It was.
He was.
Yeah, 95s, baby.
Wow, man, that's crazy. So Scottsdale to Dallas, and then that was home base for you. Still is, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So I enjoy it. I don't really see myself living anywhere else. I told Ross he could send me anywhere as long as it's with RO and not away. But for the most part, yeah, Fort Worth and Dallas is home.
Nice. That's a nice little spot, and everything's there. You've got your selection of professional sports teams, tons of good food, entertainment.
Cowboys, baby.
Ooh, diehard fan there.
Man, love me some Cowboys football.
Yeah.
Love me. I'm so excited for football season. During the summer, there's nothing on TV. So like you can't like go have lunch with the boys and like enjoy a good football game. You just watch reruns and stuff.
I never thought about that, but yeah, baseball playoffs are in the fall. Football playoffs are fall, winter.
Mm-hmm.
And really, at least for Texas, like you want to be inside in the summer. Like we need to reevaluate and get out. When's the Stanley Cup? Is that over the summer?
Yeah,
I think that's like June, July area.
It's something like that.
So you've at least got that. But that's backwards because it's.
I think it's in June. The Stanley.
Who do we talk to about this?
My buddy Bradley is a huge NHL guy. Let me call him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let me phone a friend. There we go. Look,
June
3rd.
Man, this is great.
There it is.
This is our first time having this. We literally set that up like 2 hours ago, and
Thank
I'm loving
goodness.
it already.
I love
This
it.
is great. That's for everyone downstream. We have a computer monitor over here, and we're able to see what people are pulling up, and able to see the photos of Super Rip Seth and all that. So
Oh yeah,
this is a lot of fun. We're innovating. We're trying to keep up with the safety.
Innovation
department.
Station, baby.
Hey, got some familiarity there,
I love
right?
it.
Yeah, get in there. Just submit some ideas.
I have. I'm just kidding.
I don't think you have.
I think I've submitted one, and it was the
a
same idea with Tom. He's a superintendent down here in Austin, or
Trey maybe, or Trey Jim.
burn the PTPs.
Thomas Lucas.
Yes, so we had a similar idea.
That's right.
We all got together and worked on that. So I'm excited to see what comes of that. Very, very excited for that.
That is such a huge leap forward. And it's not the most technologically complex thing imaginable, but just the amount of work reduction and the ability to have those available and to automate some of those processes and all that around the PTP cards and safety forms and all that.
Man,
it's such a burden off of the folks out there on the job to keep track of the paperwork and scan them in and save them in this folder and all that.
No, absolutely. Doing paperwork is not everyone's favorite. It's not my favorite. I'll tell you that. But yeah, like having everyone fill out everything, keep track of the paperwork and all this stuff that is required by OSHA. It's like, whoa, wait, can't we do this digitally somehow? So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of it.
For sure. And it frees our people up to do what humans are good at, right? To go out there and do those safety walks, do those 3-phase inspection checklists and all that, instead of sitting there and spending 10 hours a week, or I hope it wasn't that bad, but however many hours a week, filling stuff out, scanning it in.
It feels like 10 hours.
I'm sure it does.
You should, you should scan some in for me.
Oh, no, I'm good.
I should have brought some with me.
That's fresh out of time on that one, sir. Time to go. It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Campbell. Hey, I'd do anything for you guys. If that's how we could make your life better, we wouldn't do it, right? We'd find some other way to do it. We'd build a robot to
I just found out Office Depot you can send them a stack of paperwork, and they'll scan it for you and send it back to you on a PDF.
There's a great
shout out Dalton
out there. What was that? I'm sorry.
It says shout out Dalton for teaching me that.
There you go, man.
I didn't even know they did that. I was
had no
like,
idea.
oh man,
what a great service to offer, right? Like no one wants to do that sort of stuff. So,
so give it to somebody else to do it. That sounds terrible, but let's be honest.
If they're
scanning thousands of pieces of paperwork in a week is not somebody's cup of tea. And if it is, send them our way. Ross will gladly hire you to scan paperwork, I'm sure. But don't take my word for it.
Oh man, you never know. Maybe someone just gets joy out of life of just seeing that stack shrink down to nothing, and it's just what makes the clock tick. I don't know. It's not me, that's for sure.
It's not similar to mowing yards, I'll say that. That's satisfying.
Yeah. Oh, brother. What are some ways that you feel like we could all make job sites safer? And we've got the eyes and ears of a lot of Ps, QM, supers, and all that out there right now listening to this. What are some ways that just day in, day out, they could be making their job sites just that incremental change?
We've been pushing for it, but the culture and training. No one, in my opinion, can have enough training, even myself. But yeah, getting our younger people trained up, the training that we even give our hourly folks possibly, but just making sure that everyone understands what's going on a job site and they understand the hazards and the risks, stuff like that. And it all starts in the trailer, the culture. If we have somebody that fights somebody on every little thing about safety, about putting something up that's going to benefit the project and benefit keeping people safe, and we just keep it's like that term that Jonathan Grammer uses. If you're going to be the river's flowing, are you going to be the rock in the river, or are you going to flow with us? So it's getting everybody on the same page as far as the culture, in my opinion.
That's I think that makes a lot of sense. How do you think we get there? Because that is such it feels so hard to change. It feels like there's a lot of boulders in the river, and they might have rode over time, but you're going to be waiting eons.
I know. We think about this as a department pretty often about how do we get everyone's buy-in, and it all starts with the why. Why do we want to be safe? And it comes back to our families. Everybody wants to see their families when they go home. If we can just keep pushing for that and letting people unfortunately, sometimes it takes a scary near miss or something like that of that instance. I hate to say that, but sometimes it takes an eye opener to get somebody that's been battling, getting on the same page. They see in that scary near miss or something like that to get them bought in. And I tell you, when you see some stuff that the safety has seen, luckily for me, I have not seen anything too drastic, but I've seen enough to where I'm like, well, let's be better. Let's learn and improve and get on down the road. But yeah, I don't have a full answer for you on getting those boulders out of the river.
Hey, I don't think anyone does. So, right. But if we can pick up a little bit from you and a little bit from the next guy or gal that sits in that chair, we can kind of grow as a whole and learn what has worked for others. In your case, finding that why and using that to drive things forward.
Absolutely. What do they call it? The ROA?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
it sure do.
Safety starts with me is the first one, but the ROA is also safety starts with me. Because that's part of being at RO. We pride ourselves on our safety culture. So if we got a couple more boulders to get out. I think we're on our way. I think we're there. So,
you know, as that river gets bigger, that boulder is going to get easier to push.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more water pushing it down.
Yes, sir. Oh man, that's some good stuff there, Mr. Campbell. I think I know the answer to this, but I'd written this question down before I'd learned some of these interesting facts about you.
Uh-oh.
Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh man, I'm definitely an introvert.
Really?
I'm joking. No, I'm definitely an extrovert. I'm very outgoing.
I was gonna say you caught me off guard there. This is an interesting one. Yeah, more of an extrovert.
There's a few people in RO that can tell you some stories about me being quite talkative.
Care to list any names?
Absolutely not. Because I feel like they'll be calling in. Do we have a phone in here?
We do have no phone, but they can pop their questions into the chat.
Oh, no way.
And we'll
that's scary.
Yeah, try to get to them if any come in.
No, so I always grew up the energetic kid. I never met a stranger, so I think that helps me in safety, being able to walk up to people and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely extrovert.
I imagine that's hugely helpful as a safety officer, safety manager.
Some companies it's safety officer.
Yeah.
You carry a badge and everything.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I think a naturally introverted person, that's going to be. I think I would imagine that I'd probably fall onto that introverted side of things. And it's not that I don't like talking with people. It's that if I go to a party or something like that, or some sort of social gathering, I love every second of it, and it drains me. By the time I'm done,
mentally,
I need to get away from people.
Right.
I'm I don't even want to listen to the radio. I want to hop in the truck and drive home, and just that's it for me. I'm 100%. Tapped out.
That's me when I go to my godkids' birthday parties.
Really?
A bunch of kids. I don't have kids of my own, but man, going to their birthday parties and kids are everywhere. You're just like, what?
That's
and then
everyone
when they leave, it's like you're like, oh, and everyone's like, you don't even have any yet. I said, I know.
This is why.
That's not why, but we're working on it.
Yeah. Hey, when the time's right,
that's right.
When the mood strikes you,
God blesses me.
It'll happen. I heard you getting off to Colorado and Cancun, and those are two pretty.
Who told you that?
We have sources.
Oh my gosh!
Right, we've developed a bit of a following.
I love me some Colorado and Cancun.
Those are two very different spots. What do you love about each of those?
So I will say Cancun, you can sit by the beach or the pool and have absolutely zero worries. You can leave your phone in the room and you can completely disconnect. All you can hear is the water. I go to the all adult resorts, so there's no
no god kids running around.
No kids running around splashing me. So it's pretty tranquil and chill, and it's fun being around people my age or similar. Sure. They're all there for relaxation. So I definitely love Cancun for that, and Colorado is seeing snow, and Texas doesn't get a lot of snow. I know we get ice and it absolutely destroys everybody's life, but
for about 3 days.
Yeah, until Texas heats back up to 80 degrees. But no, Colorado definitely has my heart too. I snowboard a lot.
Oh, really?
I try to go every year.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it to where I can go a couple times a year, but just
got that refresh week. There's 1 week you can hop in if you don't mind crowds.
Oh man. Yeah, I went this last time and I forgot it was like spring break. It was in Breckenridge, and it was busy.
I feel like Breck is the worst for spring break.
I think it was spring break, but it was. I had the blast. I had the best time, and some of the places that you stay up there just have incredible views, and I love seeing mountains. That's a different relaxation for me. You got the beach and the sound of the water. Up there, you hear nothing.
I think they're both humbling experiences.
Yes.
You go dip your toes in that ocean, you think, there is nothing from me to Africa or me to Japan or whatever like that. It's incredible. You think about how big that body of water is.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
You that I'm hardly anything.
You are 100% right. When you see the mountains, you're like, man, someone created this. God created that for me personally. But you're just like, God, I hope everyone gets to experience this. And then you go to the ocean and you're like, that's so much water. And the things that are in the ocean. Oh, you won't catch me in the ocean. You'll catch me if there's 50 other people and we go snorkeling, I'm in the middle. Yeah.
Building a protective barrier around yourself.
Oh, yeah. I've watched The Meg. I've watched Jaws. No shot. No way. There's too much stuff out there.
Oh, brother.
I mean, there's like the submarine.
Yeah.
How deep they were? Could you imagine?
Oh,
I get anxiety thinking about it. Like, oh my gosh.
I think that's something you really got to try to get into. Like, there was a whole process. You had to pay a bunch of money and climb in, and then you had to dive to that depth. So I don't think that's going to happen unintentionally.
No, I agree. But like, I couldn't imagine. Like, because they came out with that thing, like all the creatures that are at certain levels and stuff, and you're like, whoa, that looks scary. Yeah, like, oh man,
it's an alien world.
Do you think they saw a Meg down there?
I don't think they saw anything. I think that it was just like, I would imagine it was just blackness and dark and like a fish here or there, and then like that was it. It was just over.
Just a little fog on that one little bubble.
Just the briefest of moments. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, is that crap? Oh, yeah, that was that.
Yep, and it imploded.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a bummer for those folks.
That is a bummer. I don't think I'd pay $250,000 to go and sit in something with a PlayStation controller.
I don't think I'd pay $250,000 for a house if I didn't have to. So yeah, I'm with you there.
That's what loans are for.
Good point. Yeah, you use the bank's money
or
someone else's money.
Yeah.
But what about the mountains? You don't worry about like a Bigfoot coming to get you?
Oh no! Oh, that's weird. You say that. As a kid, my dad used to always mess with me. So we had a. You ready for story time?
Yes.
So my dad, we had a lease up in Oklahoma with Ricky Spiegel. He used to work for Roger O'Brien, and it was up in the Toka Mountains, I believe. And it was nothing around, nothing but woods and mountains. And I mean, it was one way in, one way out. And at night to go to the restroom, I'd go outside. We were still building the facility, the house. And right before I'd walk out, he'd go, watch that Bigfoot. And I'd sit out there and I was like 11.
And if I extrapolate your height and age, you're about 2.5 feet tall and 28 pounds.
Yeah, I was a little big guy. And so I would go outside, go to the restroom as fast as I could, and I would run back inside. I used to run to take the trash out. I used to think that was real.
Thought that the Bigfoot was gonna come snatch you up.
I really thought, because I used to watch the documentaries. Did not help.
Oh man, unsolved or something like that.
It was like Bigfoot Mysteries or something.
Oh, this was like a Bigfoot.
Oh, it was on Discovery Channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the place that we stayed had like a pond out front, and the floodlight, you could perfectly see the other side of that puddle of that pond, and I could picture something just walking across it one night, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. No way.
It's time to boogie.
Yeah.
This Bigfoot's trying to come get me.
Yeah.
Trying to adopt me or something here.
Yeah, it was because him and Rick, Charlie and Ricky used to tell me stories about Bigfoot country, and they're like, we're deep in it right now. I'm like,
funny.
Oh my gosh. That was so gullible.
Excuse me. Oh, that's funny. Just out there getting terrorized by Pops and his coworkers.
Yeah. Oh man.
But you got over it now?
We're good. Yeah. So I love Colorado. The only thing you worry about are mooses. Which if you
they're vicious.
Don't mess with them.
Oh,
they're fast and big and awkward and don't. You seen that TikTok where they're like, "Mom, there's a moose outside."
No,
they're in someone's front yard fighting.
Oh, the
moose are.
Yeah,
they're stud mooses, and they're just out there fighting. And this guy's screaming at his mom, "Ma, there's a moose outside."
Get away from the windows and the doors.
Yeah, something.
Right?
Like, yeah, let's go outside and video.
Tell him.
Oh, man, I made a lot of mistakes in my life. Life is not. Your parents try to paint the picture of life for you as much as they can growing up, but when you turn into an adult, it is difficult. I would definitely tell young Seth to save his money and don't spend it. I can't save money to save my life. You can ask anybody. You can ask Charlie. You can ask Ross. Anyone that's known me in this company. You can ask. They're like, why? What do you do? You don't need that. I'm like, but it looks cool. I'm like, yes, I do.
It looks cool. It's fun. I want it. Why can't I have it?
Yeah. So I would definitely tell young Seth to maybe take a financial class. To try and learn how to, or maybe an Excel class to learn how to do a budget, even though my mom has showed me 8 times. I always get mad when she tries to tell me how to spend my money, and I'm like, that's not right. She goes, yeah, but you're saving it doing this way. I'm like,
This is not what I want to do. I don't want to save money. I want to spend it.
I'm a hard-headed only child.
Yeah. Oh,
that explains a lot, doesn't it?
It does. Yep. Man, between that and Scottsdale, I don't know what it is about the water out there, but there's just a little bit of crazy that comes out of that spot.
Probably because I was, I was born there, so my mom carried me there, and it's like 135 degrees, so I probably cooked a little longer.
Oh, that's why I got the fiery red hair.
I think
right?
That's where it came from.
So much sun.
The sun just had enough.
Oh, Seth Campbell, this has been an absolute blast. I'm so happy that you came down. I actually asked Ross to come down, and he was like, I didn't know. I'm going to be traveling. So he couldn't make
do
it.
your best, Ross.
See, he put me on the spot. I don't know if I can even pull it out there.
I'm not doing it because I like my job.
But what you got to be doing is making sure that you're being safe. Got the clip as you're Scottish now. As I don't know.
I think that was like Swedish.
Swedish.
What was that?
ABBA meets the Scots or something. I don't know. Yeah, we love you, Ross. More than happy to hear you make fun of me and my inability to speak more often.
He's definitely going to come now so he can roast you.
Hey, I'm in. We do a safety roast battle.
I'm joking.
Thank you to everyone for jumping on today and checking this out. Get out there, vote for the RO SMPS stuff that's going on. That marketing department's put in a lot of effort into making those awards look good and trying to capitalize, let everyone see how great RO is. So go support them. Think about Seth whenever you're trying to change that culture. Find ways to change it. Use that why, whatever that may be. If it's getting home to your family safely, if it's building that project the right way the first time around and making sure that everyone's proud to say they built it, find that why. And that's how you can have that change and save money. Right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit occasionally.
Yeah. Except on safety.
Spend all your money on the safety.
Spend money on safety.
Oh, brother. We'll be back next week with, oh, man. Nope. I've forgotten. Rick Brown, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah,
I was like, don't look at me. This is your thing.
No, this is like a chain thing. Email.
Okay.
And we'll be back next week with Rick Brown from San Antonio talking about working down there, what it's like to be a superintendent, and how we can all up our building game. So tune in for that one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Thank you, Seth.
Thank you.
That was